Yo, it's Deuces here, back again with how to be better at Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. So the first thing I want to say about Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is that if you want to be better at the game, you have to be patient with the game. This isn't Call of Duty. You can't just bunny hop around and be better at the game. This takes patience, and it's one of the most complex shooter games out there right now. So the first thing I want to go over about Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is specifically leaning. Leaning is a unique game mechanic that isn't in very many other first-person shooters. For example, leaning can be when you're looking over a corner, like you just saw me do there, to get a better view of the enemy, or it is to get better cover. What you don't want to do about leaning is what you just saw right there, is leaning and making it so you are more exposed to the enemy. This is something a lot of people get confused by. You can go look up of how better point of views are to the opponent and yourself when you're leaning, but you just want to master leaning, and that is one of the most crucial mechanics in the game. Another thing we should go over is having good positioning in Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Having good positioning basically means you have good peaks, you have good point of views, you have good cover, and this applies the most to defenders when you have a good setup, a good defense, good positioning. One thing you have to consider about this as well is that Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is a slow-paced shooter game, but it is a very strategic and competitive shooter game. So you have to play smart with your positioning, and you have to play smart with how you use the mechanics like leaning and how you use your weapons, and what you don't want to do is what you're about to see right here. Basically what good positioning means in this game, and I know what you're thinking, I know what good positioning means, but actually it's a lot different in Rainbow Six Siege. What good positioning means, or what it shows, is that you have a good point of view of where your enemies could be coming in through, or where your devices are, or what rooms you can see through, what kind of cover you can hide behind. You can go look up plenty of different good positionings on different maps on YouTube or on the internet. Really, a really good map to practice on for positioning is Oregon or House. Go into a custom game by yourself and just practice setups and positioning. That might help you get better, and I recommend you play often and maybe go into a quick play and see how it's pre-set up. That will give you a good example of what you can do to get better. Another thing that is crucial in Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and this is pretty crucial in any shooter game, but this is one thing that is really hard to master, and that being aiming. Aiming is very different in Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. You can't just aim and move to the left or right and that'll help your recoil control, because it's not realistic, and this game is one of the most realistic shooter games out there right now. One thing you can do is look up recoil control, but one thing I will say about recoil control is it is the good old simple pressing down on your joystick to lower the amount of recoil you have. Now, there is a little bit more to this, since certain weapons have different types of recoil. Different sights that you have on your weapon can help you out with this, like there being the ACOG or the 1.5, but really it's just something you have to figure out. But what you can do is go in practice range or firing range and practice this a lot. Do this maybe in arcade before you go in a standard or ranked match, or just in the firing range. I recommend you doing this in the arcade because it can give you a more in the action experience. A more what to do when this certain situation happens. Something you can't really get in firing range because you pretty much know where the targets are going to be. It's more of a live action. Or one thing you can do to practice a lot if you have friends is 1v1ing in custom games. I personally do this all the time, and it's worked out amazingly for me. And it's where I've learned most of my setups and positioning and how to aim. Once you have done all these things, you should get better and improve pretty quickly. And then you just maybe, and I mean just maybe, might get more clips and more plays like you're about to see right here. I'm getting jinxed. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Hope you enjoyed.
I got a loophole. No, actually, let me be honest.